Okay, what's going on, guys? The chassis is 100% done mechanically. Just needs to wash now. Even the tires are aired up perfectly. 10 in the back, 14 in the front. Oil was changed. Everything's good. Fresh gas. Cleaned out the air filter. I usually leave the spark plugs alone. They're fine. Yeah, she's good to go. What else is there to say about that? Oh, yeah. Yesterday, it sounded like this was running a little bit too high. So I sat here and I tried to lower it. That opened up a can of worms. I was sitting here adjusting this damn thing for like an hour to get it right. I asked around, what is this supposed to be running at high RPM? It even tells you in the manual, the spec book. Low idle, 1750. It does not tell you the high. And I think the main reason is because it goes manufacturer to manufacturer. Like, if you want to make it a 14 horsepower engine, they'll put it at 2850 or 3250 RPM. If you want it to be a 14 and a half, they put it right at 3300. But what I came to find was 3300 seemed perfect. It was not too fast, but it wasn't racing. 3450, forget it, it was racing. So 3600, the thing would have taken itself away, you know? And it's a 96 OHV, an early one. Somebody thought it was a flathead. It's not. It's got a flathead style look to it. From here on, you would think it's a flathead. It's not. That was cool because back then you could get either one. If you wanted a flathead, you could get it. If you wanted an overhead valve, you could get it. You had the choice. The latest flathead I think I've seen is 03. After that, flatheads are done on tractors. They were available on the Quantum push mower until 2017. And I can't believe it because that seems like yesterday. I remember thinking in 2016, I wonder when they're going to come to an end, because they said they were going to come to an end. Sure enough, 2017 was the last year they had them. 2018, it was done, no more. Here's the situation with the deck. This is what I found out. This belt is 2 inches too short. That's why there was problems with it turning on. Luckily, I was able to get a read off the numbers. It was really hard to see, but I found it, and it was coming up as 85. This machine, this deck calls for an 87 and a quarter, but 87 is acceptable. I don't think I have an 87. I'm gonna try this one from a Murray, but it's too fat, so I don't know if it's gonna work. So I'm probably gonna have to order the belt. I think it's $12. That's not a big deal. This piece, which I still have not been able to find for this machine, is $50. This one's from a Craftsman. I think I could trim this back and make this one work. It says 36 on it. I'll do something to make that look like an 8, and then that's good to go. Then the deck's ready to go back on, and then it's 100%, and then it just needs to be washed, and it's ready to go. You can see where that belt was too short, and it was eating into the belt cover. So you don't have to go by the part number. You look up the part number, and then you go by the size. It's easier to just go by the size on any machine, and it's cheaper. If you go by the part number, you're going to pay the part number price from the retailer, from the company. As soon as you know the size of the belt, you can buy it from V Belts or Belt Guys or anybody who sells belts for 10, 12 bucks. Instead of paying 25, 30 bucks from the manufacturer for the same belt just because they're using it by the part number and not the size. They're all going by the size. So, like I said, this one's got a 2-inch, about a 2-inch jump, maybe not even, I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to order the correct belt. So that means I'm gonna have to wait about a day or two depending on Amazon. In the meantime, I can wash it and do the rest of it and then move on to the Craftsman. But that's what it was. So the chassis is at 100%. She's looking good. She'll look even better once I'm done shining her up. So this was a good one. This one came out quick. Didn't take much major stuff to get this one going. What was it? What did I do on this one? I put a new lens in. I changed the oil. I put a solenoid in. I bolted it down. I charged the battery up. That's all that was wrong with that. Hopefully, right? And I was missing one tire cap. I had that. That's on. But what else? Mechanically, there wasn't really anything wrong with this machine. So I don't understand. Hey, sometimes people just want to get rid of stuff, so that's the way it was. But the deck is where the issues were. That's where the issues were. I sharpened the blades last night. But that's where the issues were on this. I'm just wondering, that seems like it shouldn't be down so low like that. I might be on. I'm gonna have to see if I might have missed it. It's a good thing I noticed that. I think I missed center on that one. But that's all. On this machine, really the only issue was the deck, and really the only real issue was they put a belt on that was the wrong size. And then yeah, this was missing, but like if they were the owner of the machine, they could have ordered this. You know what I mean? They could have ordered this, got the right belt, and then there was nothing wrong with this machine. So I don't understand it. But they had another one, a Murray. I guess maybe they got that one for free from a buddy and they just decided to get rid of this one. This one's a much better machine. They stopped making these, and then they had MTD make wheelhorse. They're just they say Toro wheelhorse, and it's an MTD. It's one of them Vari drives. So this was a far better machine. And it's got the real good hydro. I forget which brand. I think it's Hydro Gear, right? It's the good one. It disengages now. That finally unlocked on me. See? What happens is when they get old, the bypass stops working, and what happens is, because inside, when you disengage this, it unlocks a mechanism so the fluid can pass through. Because when it's engaged, the fluid can't go nowhere. So all that's doing is internally, when you disengage a hydro, it allows the fluid to bypass the hydrostatic pump. That's all it does. And what happens is when they get older, it stops working, and that's why they stick. You know, the unit itself is still good. It's just you can't push it. It'll only work, you know, in drive. But this one managed to break itself free, which is nice. And now I can even push the thing. So I'm gonna try that belt. From looking at it from here now, it's looking like it's an exactly the same size. I went looking all over, and I couldn't find one. You know, I've got ones in the 90s, but you know, like 90 inches. But that would be way too long, and then it's not gonna, you know, it's not gonna work, because this thing only goes so far. So it looks like I'm gonna have to order a belt In the meantime, I can get this on there, so I know that's on there, so I don't have to order one. And then this thing, I guess I can wash it and get it ready. It's kind of chilly today. It's Sunday, and I'll admit that I took a rest. I don't know. I needed one, but you know what? I'm gonna be working all summer from like 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. That's usually how I do it. You know what I mean? So my goal of making the 75K this year should be no problem. And I should have my garage cleared out, so I'll be able to work in there this winter. And then by next year, I should be able to hit my goals of 100,000 a year. And that's all me working for myself. Okay, and I'm not gonna say anything else because you know you gotta kind of figure, well, what else does that mean? Just, hey, I'm working for myself, and if I'm making 75, 100K plus, and I'm not commuting, that's damn good. I mean, I know there's still people out there making better money who have good, you know, pension plans, retirement plans, spousal, all that stuff. You know, I don't have that. Okay, working for myself, but at the same time, I don't have to go deal with the bullshit. I'm right here, so that's one thing to keep in mind. You know, it'd be different. It'd be a whole different story if I had a wife who I knew I had to take care of, and then I would do what I would have to do to make sure that that was taken care of. But I don't, so as long as I save, I'll be fine. We'll cut it at that. All right, let's get this. I'm gonna get this deck finished next.